Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is the zip file which I have given you last time, and uh, many of us already resolved the problem which I have given. The problem was in the mathematics. Let me show you. How. Okay, don't open. Okay, let me change the output part to SP2. I'm opening two Visual Studio, one in admin rights and another one in normal. Um, okay, so it is rectangle. Start open. Oh, that is already loaded. Okay, it's built successful. Okay, so last time I have given exercise this project which can able to create a plugins which create a cube. So first thing like you have to change some name. Already I have changed the I have put name rectangle for this project, but you have to change name for feature guides and tooltips. So apart from that, there is also one thing in the mathematics. Um, the logic to create cube is incorrect. So you have to repair. This was the assignment, and the solution was like instead of root 2, there is no need for root 2. So just remove this or like replace 1.4 to 1. Second is you can see x1 and here is only x. So y. So this is solution. So let's try to rebuild and try to check if this code create a cube or not. Okay, so no picture. I have this plugin rectangle. I click on anywhere and give the cube length to 50 and press OK. Yes, now the cube is exactly which I want. Okay, all sides are equal, everything looks okay. Okay, so that was the previous exercise. So today we are going to see how this feature guide is created and what should have to take care for creating this feature guide, what are the necessary things. So let's check that step by step. In between, if you have any kind of doubt or question, just stop me at that point. And then we can discuss that question. Sorry. Hmm. Okay, so this first thing is a plugin. So I already know this is a com command. This is a com class. You have to mention the command name, shape name, everything. Like from here, I'm not going into details. We already covered this 2 3 times. Okay, so inside this, when we press a button, that rectangle or cube button, execute function getting called. So this is execute. And if you check inside this, I have called a single instance class of feature guide creator to create feature guide. There is no need to create this singleton class. You can use the object as well or static function. So here I have created a feature guide. So let's see how this is created. Okay, so let's talk about some basic things. So we already familiar with the interaction things. Okay. So first thing, like every tool or every feature guide created within this document, right? So means we have to create a feature guide within this document. So first thing, like I have get the access from Symmetron. So this is the I application. Okay. Only thing is like I have created another class Symmetron app data to call like active document application instance using some wrapper function like sim app access, active doc model, mdealer model, set prompt, this kind of thing. Okay, so we are here. Let's do this. Okay. Then I have taken the active document. So as I said, all feature guide created on a document. Okay, so we have to cast the document to interaction sync. So we already know how to check if the document is able to cast or not. So for that, we have to open the um, website, go to the document. Currently, this is our part, and you can check here the interaction sync. Interaction sync is something which can responsible to make and to create user interaction. User interaction like feature guide. This is also user interaction or like to show user message on right hand side bottom, sorry, left hand side bottom. So the here like user don't have to interact, but this is a part of user interaction. So this kind of things will going to be handled in the interaction sim. So inside this function, there are four methods: create interaction, remove, get interaction, and active interaction. So we can talk about create interaction and it required an enum. In this enum, you can see these are the interactions which we can do. The arrow figure is like the arrow figure which we are using in Symmetron for tool, the feature guide. Today we are going to check this. The user control dialog is kind of dialog like a measurement. Like you can interact with Symmetron, still the dialog is pop up. So user control dialog, user message is this. Then wait cursor is wait cursor. The guide bar. Guide bar is something like one kind
Akshay,
of stream.
Akshay,
Yes, yes,
I'm sorry. There is a delay with the mouse, so if you can slow down when you point on something, okay, because we don't see. For example, what is the user message? Can you repeat?
yes. User
Thank you.
message. Yeah. We can add some kind of prompt here. So this is kind of user message. Okay, and third, second after that, wait cursor. Like if our tool or something process will take too much time to execute, then in that case we have to change this cursor. You can see now the cross cursor on my mouse. Now it is arrow. You can change this to the wait cursor by using this user interaction. Maybe I can. Oh, it's not possible. Then this is the guide bar. Guide bar is something like you can add one strip on the right hand side. Okay, just like sketcher. So this is like guide bar. Okay, so like one strip which can hold multiple buttons which can guide for user. We already familiar with this in like mold, die, right? So you can create your guide bar which can have multiple buttons and you can control your things from such kind of guide bar. So for that you have to create a guide bar user interaction. Display util is not like purely interaction, but this is like the utility which is allow you to get display things like the transformation matrix, transparency and things. Also in this utility you can update the display, symmetron display, right? If you want this kind of view display, you can manage to rotate the view like this. So this is display util. Then SP manager. We are going to look the SP managers, all the input which we are taking from any tool like this free. This is SP, and to manage all the SPs in that session or in that tool life, there is a manager. So that is SP manager. Okay, display figure factory is um, initially, mm, display. So you can see this is the display figure and this is display figure interface. This is a section or the functions interfaces which allow user to create a temporary display object inside Symmetron. Like um, right now, this is the object which is display and also hold in Symmetron document. It has some faces, edges, everything, right? But you can create a temporary display object which cannot take part in any kind of operation like boolean, round, extrude, but still it can display in the scene. Okay, like preview. So in the display figure, we have some kind of standard figures like cone, box, cylinder, point, sphere, torus, disc. So you can create display figure using this. Okay, if you want to create a display figure apart from that, there is a functionality which we recently added in 26. Okay, then third one is capture image. When you create an interaction for capture image, one small dialog get pop up which allow you to capture some part of the symmetron like a 3D view, only this view, or you can drag some box and try to capture the image on that box. Okay, then tool service, we will going to check this. Okay, so these are the interaction types. Is this clear?
Display
Hello?
figure is like direction analysis or just like a preview of a
Preview
feature?
entity. Preview entity. It's not like direction analysis, but it's
Okay,
kind of preview. Yes.
okay, thank you.
Okay, so for now we are going to create a feature guide. So I have used the ename CM feature guide, which can allow me to create a feature guide. So I have casted this into the feature guide. Okay, so we have feature guide help as well. So let me show you the feature guide. Okay, you can see this is interaction. Also, this feature guide is have suffered for support help. What is the support help? So if you open any tool and press F1, automatically the help for that particular tool going to be open. Like for extrude, it is opening the extrude. Okay. So requirement for this, even through API, you need to have that page inside this CLH, or what is the cell, this help file. You need to have the page on this so that you can allow your feature guide to support help. So for support help, you have to set help topic that you can use any help topic. So usually the first is the file name. If it is empty, then it can directly open the Symmetron file, Symmetron help file, right? This is Symmetron help. If in your case the file path is something different, so you have to give on the file path, right? In the first argument. Second argument is the topic. So the topic is like this. In the extrude, it is like extrude. The fair is fair. The topic like the page name, like this: extrude, extend, thin wall, object editing. All these are the sub page names. So you can use any page name, and when you press F1, the help for that topic going to be open. So is this clear? Any question? No? Okay. Okay, so till now, this is the things like we have created a feature guide. We don't have set like the stages. We don't ask Symmetron to like give me the OK button, apply button, cancel button. Okay, and most important thing is like as a API developer, I need events like when user click on OK button, apply button, or any button in that feature guide. So for that you we have to made connection with feature guide. So we already created a feature guide, and right now we are looking for connection. So how to make connection? So we already did this for getting an application event like Symmetron ready or not. So same thing, only thing lies that time we made connection with the application. Right now we are looking for making a connection with feature guide. So I have casted this feature guide into the connection point container. Okay, created my own class, event class, which is derived from the underscore I feature guide event. Okay, as this is the interface, I have to derive all functions. So I have override all functions like the apply, cancel, and everything. Okay, so then I have to give the GUID. So this GUID is need to be a GUID of the event. So if I press F12 on this class underscore I feature guide events, okay, you can see a metadata, and also here you will get a GUID to make connection. Okay, this is the same GUID. So I put it here, find connection and otherwise to make. Okay. So then the feature guide. So let's go inside feature guide. So feature guide, these are the APIs which we have to set some data like feature guide titles. We have to give the stage, remove stage. We can also set bitmap for our feature guide, enable, disable some buttons. Okay, so this is thing. So we can set one by one. So first thing like set title, we can change it to set cube, then bitmap. So if you check the bitmap argument, it is iPicture, and if I hover, you can say in small tooltip dialog stdole dot iPicture, right? So this is a format you have to give for API to tell the bitmap. So inside this project, I have added one class W service CS, which can allow you to convert your resource in bitmap into the stdole iPicture. Okay, so if you want to create a new feature guide from scratch, just copy this class, put it in your project, and use this function image converter image to iPicture. Okay. Then second thing is enable button. So
Actually,
let's yes.
which what do we now we have to copy? Can you show us again?
This class, the w service.cs. This is a class, and if I go inside, you can see actually this is a namespace w service, and inside this there is a class image converter. So this class is responsible for converting a resource bitmap to iPicture which need for display for our feature guide and stages. And if you want to add any images inside a resource, just right click on the project properties, go to the resource. First time it will ask you like create resource. You just have to press OK, create resource, and here is a button add resource or add image. You can use anything and like add resource, existing file, and select your file, press OK, then it will add here. So whenever I call resource, that means it is added inside this tab resource. Like cube feature, this is our icon. This is icon for I think second stage delta, and this is help which is the first stage. Okay, then this. So this is the feature guide for extrude, and if I see here is the icon which we already know how to change or update. Second is the extrude word. So this is the title. We change it to create cube. Okay, then third is this two. One is icon like stage. This is stage, must stage, require stage. This is second stage. We will check how to add stage. After that, there is these three buttons: the cancel, apply, OK, and preview. In preview, we don't have direct control, so this is automatic preview in API. Okay, and we have to decide which button you have to enable and disable, like cancel, apply, or OK. So for that, this is the API function enable button which is available in feature guide. You have to give a button type. If I press F12, these are the buttons: OK, cancel, apply, freeze. Okay, you can enable and disable all buttons. So right now I have enable only cancel for creation because user don't have given any kind of inputs like extrude, and here is only cancel button available. So I have enabled only the cancel. Okay. Um, is this clear till now? The feature guide, then create and enable buttons. Anyone has any question, or I can move ahead? Okay, so let's move. So then there is a one more class, the feature data. This class responsible to hold all data which I need for creating a cube. So what kind of data I have? The cube length, the point, and then delta x, delta y, delta z, which I have added in the SP figure for translation. So all things are held in this feature data. You can see um, in this class is derived from the general data holder, and inside this I have added like dictionary of integer and entity list, dictionary of double. So I can assign a key which I can identify, like first key is for point, or first key is for cube length, second key is for x or y or z. Also there is another class, param key data identification map. This is required and most important. So we're going to check after completing a feature and trying to debug this. Okay, let's back to here. There's no need to have stages, feature guide inside the feature data. You can remove, but I have added this. Okay, so first thing, as this is a new feature guide, I have created a feature data. Okay, assign the feature guide, which is the member variable functions, which I have to update. Second is the stages. So you can see in each stage for any tool, like this extrude has first stage, and here is a prompt like pick a contour. So that means this stage is required for picking and some kind of filter is active. So I pick this and it automatically shift to the next stage, because for extrude the one close contour is required. This is the must input. And after that automatically second stage is active, and inside the second stage these are some kind of SPs like new delta, like these kind of things added. So it, our feature guide mostly similar with these two stages, first and second. So if I go inside FG stage 1, the feature guide stage 1, you can see this class is derived from the six classes. Okay, so the these classes, the underscore I feature guide stage events, feature guide stage event delegated are responsible to manage and get stage events like um, stage is praised or not, and stage means of stage praised or not, and also this class feature guide stage, it is responsible to get and set data like bitmap for the stage, tooltip, optional, is this is optional, and the index of that stage. Because of this input, our feature guide can identify the number of what is the index of this stage. This is the first stage or second stage. Then this one, the tool, I tool event. So let me go inside the tool event. So if you check here, the tool event is something like you can get event from tool for mouse move, keyboard actions, cursor. So this is needed to handle events, but right now in our case we don't need to handle this. So I have added but not used this. Okay, then pick tool. This is the class which we have to use whenever we have required to pick any entities inside that stage. So I have added as a these pick tool events, and inside this pick tool, these are the classes, these are the functions. When the entity drag, highlight, press, pick, and clear selection. So as we know, for cube we have pick a point. That means we have to override this function and write our code. So we'll check what I have did. Then the second stage. In the second stage for our plugin, so if I press OK, the first stage is only for pick, nothing else. So pick point, automatically second stage is enable, and SP figure is available on screen, and there is no picking. You can see the filter is off. This is because for second stage I haven't used the underscore I pick tool. Okay, so only the stages things and the tool things. That this and this is the reason, like you cannot able to pick any entity on the screen, and the feature guide is this sorry filter is disabled. Okay, so then inside the second stage, as I said, these are the SP, and we have one manager to manage these SP. So we have SP manager, which I have created. Sorry. we have this create SP figures, and this SP figure is we have to show on the document. This is the document, not application right now. We're inside document. So we have to make interaction sync for the document, cast from the document and create interactions for SP manager. Okay, then after creating the SP manager, we can able to get events through the connection point container the same way which we did for feature guide. Okay, so connection point container, and then we can create SP figures. So let's first check with the SP manager event. So if I go here, this is the class which is derived from underscore SP weights, and inside this you can see the event. This event is like what kind of changes happen in that SP. You can see like if the value is changed, I will get event like SP value change. So I have to decide what I have to do for value change, and we can also get information like which value change. So we'll talk about this and debug this in depth. Okay, then I have to show you how we can add SPs. So create SP figure. Okay, so inside this solution there is one more class SP utils. So if I go here, it's a SP util. This is the utility class which is responsible for create a button and remove button from um, for that feature guide. So there is, you can see the functions create SP button. You have to give the text and it will create a button for you. And the same thing, like you have to give the button text, value, spin, and spin step. The spin is like this. We haven't used spin, so let's take for extrude. Okay, you can say for delta equal to 50, here is two button up and down. So you can see every time it is increased by one. So this is spin step one, and if I made this true, these two small buttons will get added inside that. So this is spin. And remove figure, I can remove figure. I just have to give figure and it will remove from screen. So if you want to create SP figures, that best thing is like you can use this class as it is, give the SP manager and try to create button. So this makes some minimize overhead to create the same things with same code. Like for creating a value button, I just give the value button name, the actual value of that button, and like things if I need the step or not. So that's it. Then I enable and disable some steps and activate the feature guide. So let's try to debug.
Okay.
Yes.
When you on the first stage you have a filter of the points and all of them are on. Where do you set the filter points?
Okay. So maybe we can check during debugging. I add debug here. Can't create. Execute. Okay. First, I open this. Okay. So this is SP2. Okay. Whenever we derive any class from this pick tool, it is best thing like you can cache the pick tool helper. You will get this pick tool helper while tool push. So we have to understand this function. So uh, We'll wait for Symmetron open, and after that, whenever we get the pick tool, you or we can assign which kind of filter I have to use. So you can see all point filters are added here. So this filter.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is the same code for creating filter, which we did for set and where I think for getting entity from procedure. I think in first or second lesson. The same code for filter code. So you just have to give the filter to that pick tool, and it will enable those filter or things on the UI as well. So okay. Okay, so I hope my debug. Okay, debug is. I have to attach. So let's try to attach person. Symmetron attach. The delay with cursor is okay now. My hello, the screen is updated, and you
Yeah,
can maybe follow.
there is a delay in the cursor, so slow down with the cursor so we can follow it.
Okay, still it is delaying. Okay, so maybe I can shift to LAN. Just give me a minute. Okay, so LAN is connected. I hope you will not find delay. Okay, so let's start. So this is our button. Just press it, and yes. So execute button hit, and we are going inside for creating feature guide. Okay. So as well, the first thing we get active document. This is our document, the part 0. We cast it into the interaction sync. Okay, and we asked to create a feature guide to interaction sync. So it created a feature guide. Okay, I can show you real time. Like this is nothing till now. Okay, on screen. Then we give our support help topic. So I have given a file path empty. So that means it will try to find this page in the existing Symmetron help. If it is not available, then it will show default help page for support for F1. Okay. Then I will try to make connection with feature guide, and okay, so just give me a minute. Um, I need 2 minutes. Okay, so I am just Hello. Sorry, there is one call. And now it's okay. So we are here. We made connection point with the feature guide. I think we made it. So first thing, like we have created feature guide events, made connection with feature guide. Now event will get inside this class. So I'm adding breakpoint for apply button and cancel button. Okay. Then I set feature guide title to cube. You can see still now it is not visible. Okay, then giving the feature guide bitmap, the cube. Enable disable some button. Only cancel is enabled now. Creating the feature guide instance. I have created a stage assigned to feature guide, right? Stage 1, stage 2. Okay, so let's check. Right now, nothing appear on the symmetron. I activated it. Okay, and you can see a feature guide is trying to create inside Symmetron. I'm not hovering to that position. Otherwise, the Visual Studio Git will take focus. So on the left hand side, uh, you can see a create queue feature guide is created and only cancel button is enabled. Okay. Then initialize the first stage. Let's see, it's not displayed. So I press F5. Okay. So right now you can see a preview button is disabled. Okay, apply, and second stage is disabled. Okay, and if I press cancel, you can see a callback came to on cancel because we made connection point with feature guide, and we have to decide what are the things which we are expecting for cancel. So right now there is nothing. So let's create one more time. I'm pressing F5 now. Okay. Then this stage is automatically created and you can see point cursor is enabled and Symmetron is ready to select point. And we have to see like how that point filter getting assigned. So I am going to the stage 1 class and adding breakpoint for tools. Um, Tool members. So what are the tool members? Tool pop, tool push, okay, tool level, not necessary, keyboard even, okay. For now, this is okay. Now for feature guide, this is not necessary. Stage events. Okay. So let's check again. I'm canceling this. Cancel hit again. Okay. So when I press um, tooltip, that our button, first thing like a feature guide creation function called, and I'm adding breakpoint to line number 71, the creation of feature guide stage 1. I'm pressing F5. So till now nothing is called. I added into the feature guide, still it is not called. But when I go to the set init stage, then automatically the second stage is called, right? Because here is one function in the feature guide enable stage. This is the function which is responsible, like you can say enable or disable. Right now only one is enabled, the stage 1, and we set to initialize stage. So that's why the first stage is enabled and getting called. And um, like before the first point of from Symmetron, the stage function called is this on tool push. And here is the object. This object is actually pick tool. So if your class has I pick tool event, then it will give you the pick tool, otherwise it is null. So this is the reason for first stage we have get this pointer. Okay, we can cast it into the pick helper. Okay, and this is the code which can create a query. We already know how to create a query. So this is a create a query for points till now. Okay, and on line number 148. Okay, we have set this query to fill to pick tool. Okay, and enable disable the second stage and add prompt select point on the screen. You can see the prompt is added, select point on the screen, filter is activated, and you can able to select any point. So I can select any point on the screen. So now the call going to be hit all the function which is inside a pick tool. So what are the functions? If I go inside pick tool event, you can see these are the functions. Because now pick tool is in action and Symmetron is asking for user to pick something. So if user pick anything, then function related to that will get called. So these are the functions. So we can check, we can add breakpoint on entity pressed. Okay. Okay. Clear selection, entity drag. So we can add breakpoint to entity highlight. Okay. Then entity pick, entity press, entity list. Okay. And we're going to check what is the flow when any entity gets selected. So I press here. So actually the entity highlight getting called every time because he has to highlight something. Right now there is a no entity, so you will get a null, but you will get a position where the cursor is. So I am going to disable or remove breakpoint from this function. Otherwise we will not get debug everything. So I press F5. Okay, then I can add any points maybe here. Okay, the when I press on the view, the first thing is called is entity press. So if I go here, you can see right now there is no entity press, only the position. So I got this position. Okay, this is null. Right now I throw exception like not implemented, but this is not necessary in our case. So I press F5 and immediately after entity press entity release is called and it will give the which entity is released from selection. So this is so right now this is not in our scope, we don't need, and after that we the call hit to this entity pick. Okay, so you can see in both function the entity always get null, but here the entity is something. This is because in this function, this entity is not like Symmetron real-time entity. This is like the point which is not presented mm, as an entity because we already know each entity has PID. For this entity, PID is not present. So I don't know it is showing here or not. No, but if I get PID from this entity, it will give me like -1 or 0. But this entity can be cast into the point data and which can give us a exact point location. Okay, so inside entity pick, what I have did, I first check like is this in edit mode? If it is not, then if user defined procedure is not created, then first thing is like I have created user defined procedure. Okay, so let's talk about this. In short, I call it is UDF. In many documents, it is also like in short UDF, user defined procedure. So this is like a group procedure. You can combine two, three procedure in a single package. So let me explain this. I press OK. So on the screen you can see a cube, and in the feature you can see a cube. But inside cube it has two procedure. First is sketcher and second is extrude. So combiningly it's showing us cube. So this is like group procedure, user defined procedure. So for that, to create that, what you have to do, you have to mention which is the first procedure belonging to UDF and which will be the last procedure belonging to the UDF. All the procedures between the first and last by default added in the UDF. So is this clear? Hello?
Yes, it's clear. Yeah.
Okay. So here we are. Entity pick. Okay, create user defined procedure. So here the code for creating the UDF is same. We have to get MDLR model and create procedure and give the enum for that procedure. This is the user defined procedure enum. I have casted into the UDF and add a member variable inside this class feature data. And first I start operation because I created this now. Okay. After that, this is just code to check if the point is repetitive or not, but don't worry, we'll check it again. Then the prompt. What happened? Our feature is simple. We are expecting only one point from user. So I got user point right through this entity. So now I have to enable the second stage. So I take the feature guide and ask feature guide to enable second stage. So first argument is stage index and second is 0 1. So for one is means enable. So second stage is enable. Okay. Then I can also change the prompt so that I can guide user like set transformation delta. And for feature guide now this is enabled, but I want to shift or I want to uh, make the second stage enable. So set next stage. This is the code to enable or to make the second stage in action. Okay, so you can find this code always many places. Is data available to execute? So in this question I check if the data is available to create cube. If it is available, that means user can have an option to press OK, apply, preview, cancel. If it is not available, then there is no meaning for OK, apply, preview, right? So that's why this is checked in some function, the same code. So let's check, let's create another cube. Now we can go inside stage 2. We know for every stage the first function is called is tool push. So I am adding breakpoint here. Okay.
Akshay,
Yes.
can you also create a breakpoint where you create the schedule?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Here is that feature data. Yes. Function create box. Create box. The sketcher. Okay. So let's. Okay. So I am taking a point on this, and you can see now entity came, and this entity is a real entity. It has ID 26. Okay, so if the point is apart from the entity, that time the entity is null. Okay, so I pushed to. Okay, so in this feature guide 2, feature guide stage 2, the function on tool push hit, this is the function which called for starting that stage. So inside this, as I said, we haven't derived this class from the pick tool, and this is the reason we get I tool helper null. That means we don't have a pick tool here. We are not able to pick anything from for this stage. Okay. Then the same code like data availability, you can skip. The data is available, means everything is enabled. Then we can go inside create SP figures. First thing, like I don't have SP figures, so I can ask interaction sync to create it. Okay, now SP figure is created. I made connection with event handlers to make sure like if anything change, I can trace and update my data. Then the SP manager has create SP figure function. By the way, this is our class, right? Stage 2 SP event manager. Okay, and this is our class which is convenient for us to create all SPs inside Symmetron. So I have created SP and press F5. So you can see the SP is added. Okay. So I have added a breakpoint on event. So if I change anything, so even I select that, you can see a call back hit on event. And if I check the reason is button press. So we don't have to do anything in button press. So I'm expecting when the value change, I will get callback. So it says value change, but I haven't changed anything. But this is the main framework, like you have selected and something is changed for Symmetron, so you will get callback. So for simplicity, what we can do, we can add breakpoint for delta, okay, and check values, maybe 10. And after pressing the 10, you can see a new value will get in the function argument 10. Then it's our responsibility, because this is feature data is created in the plugin. Symmetron don't know about our data, feature data, so we have to update. So we have to update, and to update that, each data is assigned with some key. So to represent that key, I have created a data enum where I can assign an integer to each enum. So pick point is 1, delta is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can easily identify like this is the delta. Okay, x delta, that means I have to update value for ex delta value with the current with the new value, the 10. So the old value get replaced with the new 10. Okay, then now everything is enabled, so let's try to create apply. After pressing apply, the apply callback hit in the feature guide, because all these buttons is on the feature guide. We already added breakpoint on apply, so that's why he's hit. Then first thing is like we have to remove everything from stage, means SP, because we are at apply, and if data is available, we have to make features. So our goal is to first create a sketcher box, square, then extrude it and make a cube. Then we have to create a two procedure. One is sketcher, one is extrude, and we have to perform everything under user defined procedure, which we already created and started. So let's take. So this is the peak entity, and this is the peak point. We'll get the information, right? So the translation is 10 x y z. I have created this corner point. So this. So in a sketcher, we have one API, direct API, which can create a ad box, and it required the coordinates, the top, left, and right hand side bottom. The coordinate is xy xy. So obviously this is the xy plane. Okay, sorry. So I have given input as a coordinate points, and we have created a sketcher inside this function, create box. So sketcher evaluate result. Yes, sketcher is created. You can see the procedure 14 is created, which is the sketcher. Then the same thing which we did, like if I have a procedure, I have to find entity of type body which is created inside that procedure. So this is same thing which we did in our first lesson. So I have find all bodies. Luckily I have get one body. So still I have added a check like this body should be a owner body, and if it is, then I can get a contour. Then I can extrude this contour to the given value and extrude is complete. Okay. So after making all procedure which is required for UDF, I have to save UDF procedure. So what do you what is this mean that saving the UDF procedure? Obviously the procedure is getting saved inside the symmetron, but UDF will save some data which he can understand. It might happen like that data we can treat in different ways. So let's check. First is like I have end the UDF operation, then give the callback and edit callback ID. So this is the string, and actually this is not like rectangle callback, rectangle edit call. Ideally, it is a UID of that class. UID is assigned when when that class is com. For C sharp, it is much simple, the namespace dot class name. But for C++, you have to find UID in the registry and give it to here. So if I open the edit callback, you can see a rectangle is namespace and edit is class. So that's why my edit callback ID is namespace dot class. Okay, then to add anything inside UDF, first thing is like you have to get key from UDF. Okay, so I ask UDF like I have to add integer, give me the key. So this is the function add parameters. I given the integer and he gave me a key 0. So I have to save 0 my key. I have to save my data with this key. So this is 0 and I have saved the entity ID. Okay. So for Symmetron 25, you will not going to add any entity inside user defined process. For that, you have to use the entity ID. This is kind of small um, things in um, 25, which is still present. So you are not going to add entity. So that's why I have added ID 26. Best way is like we have to save the data individual data. Like for a point, the individual data is coordinate x, y, z. So I can save XYZ instead of saving that entity or entity ID. This is the best approach. Then I ask UDF give me the key for double and I have to save my cube length inside that key. Same for other data. Then the first and last we already talked. For UDF it is necessary to give first and last procedure. Then I execute the UDF. After the executing UDF, okay, it will create another cube here. I cancel it. So, is this clear till now? How the feature guide is created and how we can create a cube? Hello, guys.
Yes.
Yes, it's clear.
Yes. So let's take a 10 minutes break. And then after that, we can see which are the things which is necessary from clearing point of view, because user always not create or hit OK button. He also hit a cancel button. So what things we have to consider? Which are the things? If user created a freehand and press cancel, then which things is necessary to clear? And most important thing is edit. How I can support edit? Because right now, if I press edit, you can see some exceptions or a empty feature guide. Feature guide actually, which is not edit. This is like same thing which we can ask during the creation. So we have to support edit. So let's take 10 minutes break. So I'm adding break count. Yes. Okay. So take some coffee and I will come back after 10 minutes. Okay, so hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, so let's start. Time is on. Okay, so one point is like how we can edit this. Okay, and second point, the most important point, like data clearing. We have to make sure about we have cleared and sufficient data or intermediate data. So what does it mean? Let's try Symmetron. So let's create new feature guide. I'm removing the breakpoint from here. From here, okay. I'm adding point here. Okay, and pressing the. Okay, so I think something is wrong. I'm creating Symmetron. Okay, so this is document. This is plugin. So I open plugin, give a point, and try to create a preview. You can see in preview the entities are created, and as a programmer, we know this is not only a preview. This is the actual procedure which we have created, not displayed in the feature list, but you can see the object still added. So if I press cancel, you can see the entity is still created, not removed, but feature is not added. So, and this is like real entity. You can perform actions on this. Let's check. I can create round. Yes, it's real entity. That means on cancel, if the procedures are created, we have to make sure we have to flush the data. So let's close Symmetron and go to the cancel event. Edit content. Okay, event creator. This is the event handle. Okay, so let's go to on cancel. We can see on cancel. I have made a mistake here. Instead of getting an instance feature data which hold the all current data for that feature, I have created an instance and lost my data. Other than this, everything is same like this. This feature data get all intermediate procedures like sketchers and extrudes. Okay, and after that deleting this procedure because user don't want to create this anymore. User cancelled in between. So if it is created, I have deleted the procedure. Same for user defined procedure. The end operation and delete procedures. Okay. So I have to rebuild this. So idea behind is like what are the data which you have created inside Symmetron for preview. You must have to clear it. Otherwise, it will give some kind of entities which is should not present after canceling that feature. So this is cancel. Yes. Oh, sorry. We have to add here. Let's try to open Symmetron. Okay, so let's try to create preview. The preview is created, and if I press cancel, you can see the object is cleared from this list, and also object is not displayed. So this is the right way. We flush everything from everywhere. Okay, so
Actually, do you have a template of a feature guide to send us?
in 26, we are trying to create a template which is much simpler. You will find a README file just like this, which has all information how you can change data and how you can create your own. Because I know for first time it is very hard to understand and manage the flow of each data, but that template is sufficient for all, and you don't have to do anything. You just have to maybe set like I need this in stages and I need this in stage 2 and create this then these features.
Okay, thank you. So can you send us finally? Can you send us this project so we
Yes,
can use it for another to create another feature guide, like
yes,
to
I
send
can
us this
send you.
project to just to be a sample for us to. And if I want to create another or similar feature guide, I can use it.
Yes, yes, sure. I will send you this sample code.
Thank you.
Okay, then for edit. So let's try to create feature first. Okay, it created a cube. Okay, now I have to edit. So as I said, for edit, you must have the UID of this class. For C sharp, it is simple. You just have to make sure that the com visible is true and your edit class is public. And when you try to register using the register API exe, which should be in admin mode for com, then it will automatically create all things for you and you can use the rectangle and edit name in UID, uh, which you have to set for UDM. Okay, so when user start editing, the first function getting called is this edit callback. Okay, now we have to take our data from Symmetron and try to convert into the our own data. So what does mean? First is like this call is incorrect here. Enter in edit mode. It should be at the last. Okay, I'm commenting this for now. Mm, okay. First thing like in the edit, it gave me a procedure. ISIM entity. I cast it into the procedure. Then I have created a instance for feature data and set it into the edit mode. Okay. Then in a feature data, I have saved this data identification map. This is responsible to save a key which I got from Symmetron for adding integer and doubles. Okay, and I have added in the feature data identification map. So I have taken a key for cube length and asked the UDF to give me the value for this key. It will give me a double value in object. I directly cast into the double and set back to feature data. So is this clear? This is like we have to find a key, which key we have to use for which data. And if I found that, then Symmetron will give us the data. We just have to cast it into the appropriate and set to the feature data. Same thing I did for all parameters. which I have to save. Okay. Then after that, obviously for editing, we have to create a feature guide. Right now, feature guide, it is in edit mode. So we have to make sure that in edit mode, only OK, but apply button is disabled. Yes, I think OK, preview and cancel is enabled. So we can make like this. If feature guide mode is edit, then preview button is enable, apply button is disable, enable is one, apply disable, OK is enable, and cancel is enable. Okay, so this is the way you have to handle for stages also, like which thing you have to show for edit and which is the not. And like for the edit, you have to set like which stage is should be the active. So in stage is actually the first stage which is active, right? So after that you can set like next stage, set next stage is active, set next stage. Okay, so this is the way you can manipulate the feature guide data through edit and replicate onto the screen. So I'm rebuilding this. Okay. Creating a cube. Okay, then right click and edit. After edit, you can see still apply button is enabled. Maybe in somewhere it is still enable the apply button, right? So I just cancel it. Okay. So this is one demo. You can have to change the feature guide data based upon the edit and new. So remaining things for this feature guide is assignment for you. The assignment is like support edit. Okay, so what do you mean the support edit? If you remember our first lesson, in that lesson we understood how we can edit a existing procedure. I hope you remember we have to call enter edit mode, change the parameter value, then after the edit we have to finish or end edit mode. I think finish edit mode, this is the function, and then you have to call execute button. So the same thing you have to do here. Only thing is like now you have two procedure, one is sketcher, one is extrude, and on top of that the UDF. The concept is same. You have to first edit sketcher, then edit extrude, then edit UDF and execute. Then you can manage to handle edit and other things like this UI stuff. Right now, even I made this change, it is not enabled because in everywhere I check like this, if data is available, then enable all things. So let me show you somewhere. The code is available at many places. Okay. you can see this function call from many this uh, 5 lines call from many functions. So it says like if data is available, I have to enable everything. That's why our apply button not disabled, because we manage from here as well. So you have to make sure you have to manage all things from stages, tools, and feature data for creating feature. So is this clear, the assignment, or do you need more explanation? Hello, is it clear the assignment to handle edit?
Yes, it's clear.
Perfect. So just for clarification, I mean everyone know how the edit works. So just I can. The assignment is like first thing like this. If I edit extrude, you can see automatically the last required stage is enabled. All the data which is inside that stage is displayed. Okay. And the apply button is disabled. And if I press or made any changes in that input, it will not create another feature. It will going to update the existing feature. This is the assignment for Q. The same thing you have to do for Q. When user edit the cube, the last stage must be active, and if user edit all data, the same cube should be updated without adding any other entity and feature. So this is combine exercise. You must have to remember our last 5 lesson to execute this. So if you have any query in between to handle this, just let me know, and then I can reply you or mail. So I hope everyone has my mail ID. I can write in the chat as well. So if you have any questions, just write a mail and I will try to answer as soon as possible.
Hello, Akshay. Am I
Hello.
audible?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask few things not related to this particular class or topic sections, but
Okay.
for another thing. So after this meeting, can you connect for 2 to 5 minutes? Able to?
Yes. Sure.
Okay.
Mm, can you? Okay. I don't find your email address. So
I will write.
yes, that will be good. Then I will add meeting. Okay. If anyone has any question, just we can discuss. Maybe I can give you some thoughts if you need.
I have sent it in the chat, so you can.
Yes. Okay. Okay then, guys. Thank you very much. This is a very nice program. The sessions for Symmetron API online course. This is first time for me to conduct such course, and mm, I enjoyed this. I hope you too. I know it is somewhat challenging right now because we started updating the document. Right now, slowly, we try to cover everything in document. Today, it is not covered everything, but we're trying, and we're trying to add most of the things in API. Of course, it will take time, but if you need any kind of help regarding the API, just write a mail to me and I'll make sure like I can answer you and plan something uh, which you have asked. Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank